Here at the Roanoke Civic Center in Roanoke, Virginia, a packed house of fans is now ready. We've determined the qualifying positions. Now it's time for side-by-side monster truck eliminations. And the very first machine wheeling around is the surprise number 3 qualifier in this field, Ken Deppy, against this piece of equipment. Probably the best-known four-wheeler in automotive history. John Pyatt at the wheel of the Bigfoot Ford. Deppy's Whiskey Business qualified number 3, while Bigfoot ended up number 5 in this program, as John Pyatt was the first man out in qualifying and took the course very conservatively. As it turned out, the drivers behind him got more aggressive and knocked the Big Blue Ford down from its customary top 3 qualifying spots. Deppy's rear-engine Whiskey Business Chevrolet, definitely the underdog here, though. And certainly he's going to have to try and gain some kind of starting line advantage. The whole shot is needed here because nobody would underestimate the ability of the Bigfoot Ford after just one qualifying effort. Waiting for the green light. And the whole shot goes to the Chevrolet. But Pyatt and the Ford drives around for the win by less than 5 feet. What a comeback for the Bigfoot team. This time around, it'll be Jerry Richmond in the far lane in the Weapon 1 Chevy against Mike Wine in the Jersey Outlaw. The Chevy qualified number 4. The Ford in the number 7 spot with that easy run. Something wrong up at the starting line. Jerry Richmond is upset. And now the starting line crew is going up and talking to Mike Wine in a rather stern manner. And the crowd doesn't like it one bit. Jerry Richmond out of the truck saying, what's the deal? It appeared that Mike Wine may have started rolling forward as the trucks were staging and moved well ahead of the starting line. But Richmond is upset. Talking things over with the starting line crew, asking why the start was not the way it was supposed to be. And the crowd apparently is behind the Chevrolet driver. Now it looks like it's going to be a conference between the two drivers. Jerry Richmond is obviously upset with the starting line annex of Mike Wine. It appears that Wine may have also damaged something in the drivetrain on the starting line. Jerry Richmond now obviously asking whether or not this is going to be a solo run. And the starting line officials say it will be a single into the semifinal round. Apparently Mike Wine did do some damage to the drivetrain of the Jersey Outlaw during that starting line escapade. Richmond's truck bogs right off the starting line. It comes back around at the finish, but Richmond is actually lucky he didn't have an opponent in the other lane when the Chevrolet stumbled as the green light came on. Unbelievable. That will bring out Rob Fuchs in the First Blood Ford, the young independent from Illinois who qualified in the number 2 position. But we've just received some interesting news from the pit area. Fuchs was originally supposed to be competing against Marty Garza's brand new rear-engined Overkill Ford. Now, if you remember during the Overkill's qualifying run, it sounded like the truck was suffering from fuel delivery problems right off the starting line. We've just found out that apparently there were more than those problems back in the pits, and Marty Garza has elected to withdraw from competition. But that brings up an interesting situation to hand for Rob Fuchs. Right now, he has a rare opportunity to make a run against the clocks and try and find the 0.2 of a second that separates the First Blood Ford from Kurt Fisher in the Micro Machines Chevrolet. Remember, it was Fisher who put down that 3.77-second qualifying run that led the field by almost 0.2 of a second, and now Fuchs has got to be concerned about that lack of performance compared to the current leader. Fuchs inches forward to stage. He'll take the green. Rather conservative off the starting line for Rob Fuchs, but the elapsed time, a surprising 4.26 seconds. That's the slowest run he's made in this event so far. And that will pose an interesting situation for this young man. Kurt Fisher, the new kid on the block, as they are calling him, in the Micro Machines Chevrolet of veteran John Green from Missouri. Now, he'll have a chance to see what he can produce because, as we pointed out earlier, Bennett Clark in the Clydesdale Chevrolet suffered severe breakage during his qualifying attempt, and we knew ahead of time he most likely would not be making the first round of competition. With no other alternates available, Fisher will get a single run into the semifinals like Rob Fuchs, but it will be interesting to compare the elapsed time of the Micro Machines Chevrolet on this run to the 4.26-second run just laid down by Rob Fuchs. The kid checks the gauges, gives the thumbs-up sign. He's ready to take the green. And a beautiful run, easing it off the starting line. The elapsed time, 4.06 seconds. Yes, indeed, it did slow down from his qualifying run, but he still puts a 0.2 of a second cushion between himself and the first blood entry as they go to the semifinal round. And we'll see a couple of interesting pairings in that particular round of competition, including Kurt Fisher and the Micro Machines against the legendary Bigfoot Ford. It will be wild. Don't you dare go away.